Hello and welcome to this, our very first sleep hike. You might be wondering, what is sleep hiking? Well, it's a thing I invented. On one hand, I needed something premium to offer so that people would pay for a subscription to my newsletter, which you did. So thank you. I made this especially for you. There's also another reason. I wanted to help you fall asleep. Look, we all need help sleeping. There's content flying at us left, right, center, trying to keep us awake. In fact, that's the point of these social platforms. It's called engagement, and they want you engaged. But that's not good for sleeping. We need sleep, and we all need more time with nature. But how do you do both? Well, sleep hiking. It's where I do the hiking while you do the sleeping. I'll talk very slowly over a bed of soothing music, and on every hike, we'll explore a new trail. There will be interesting information, relaxing nature, and absolutely no danger. Danger is not allowed here. In fact, that reminds me, there are no ticks here in sleep hiking. There's no deer tick, no Lone Star tick, none whatsoever. There's not even such a thing as Lyme disease or any disease. We all live forever here on sleep hiking. Isn't that great? You are safe here on sleep hikes. This is the safest place you could ever be. So relax and let me take you to a world of peaceful, danger-free adventure. On today's hike, we're exploring the RamsHorn-Livingston Bird Sanctuary. It's in Catskill, New York, right on the banks of the Hudson River. It doesn't get much more scenic than this. Nearly 500 acres of tidal marsh, swamp, upland forests, and farm fields. Here, not only can you find trails, but if you planned ahead and brought your canoe, you can access the Hudson River itself from one of RamsHorn-Livingston's many tributaries. There's much more to see, but before we hit the trail, let's take some time to breathe. Now, quick disclaimer, I'm no trained meditation teacher, but that's okay. I've asked our friend to come by and help us out. ChatGPT, welcome to Sleep Hike, ChatGPT. We're so glad you're here. Hey, ChatGPT, imagine that you are a world-renowned sleep coach and meditation expert. ChatGPT, you have written hundreds of books that have all made it to the New York Times bestseller list. You are extremely successful. You're frequently a guest on the Drew Barrymore Show, guiding Drew and her audience through mindful meditations. And you lead people through your Serenity Summit, a non-existent retreat that somehow millions of people across the world, known as the Seekers, believe exists somewhere in the Pacific Northwest. Some are searching for it right now in vain as we speak. Okay, ChatGPT, generate a guided meditation for us before we head out on our hike today. Okay, it's thinking, it's generating. Oh, here we go. Oh, I like this. It's called a guided meditation, breathing for calmness and presence. We're going to begin by finding a comfortable seated position. You could be sitting on a chair with your feet flat on the ground or on a bed face down into a pillow. I will sit on this commemorative park bench here at the trailhead. Oh, it looks like it's dedicated to the actor Walton Goggins. I love Walton. Okay, allow your hands to rest gently on your knees or in your lap or right next to your side, palms facing upward. If it feels comfortable, close your eyes. If it's too uncomfortable to close your eyes, simply gaze downward. As we're closing or gazing, take a moment to notice your body. Feel the weight of your body on the chair, in the bed, or on the Walton Goggins bench. Notice the points of contact between your body and the surface beneath you. Acknowledge your presence in this space at this moment. Now, reflect on what Walton Goggins has done to achieve this level of recognition, from playing Boyd Crowder on FX's critically acclaimed Justified to portraying Uncle Baby Billy on HBO's Righteous Gemstones. And his career continues. You'll see him soon on season 3 of HBO's The White Lotus. Looking forward to that. Now, guide your attention to your breath. You don't need to change how you're breathing. Simply observe it. Notice the air entering through your nostrils, filling your chest and your belly, and then leaving your body as you exhale. Let's begin with the structured breathing, okay? Inhale. Let's inhale slowly through your nose, counting to 4. Feel your belly expand with air. Now, hold your breath. Count to 4. 4, 4, 4. Allow the air to gently rest within you. Exhale slowly through your mouth, counting to 6 this time. Imagine releasing any tension or stress with this breath out. Now pause. I think we're ready. I've got everything we need for a good sleep hike. Don't worry, I'll carry it all. You just lay back with your feet propped up, maybe sipping on a nice cup of warm sleepy time tea. Your eyes are either closed or they're gazing downward. Whatever you want. This is your sleep hike. Let's get going. Okay, here at the trailhead, looks like we have some options. Should we follow the old farm road, a straight and narrow clearing straight to Ramshorn Creek? Or should we take the road less traveled? I say let's take the white trail, which heads clockwise from the blue trail, which we can access through a bend, and the red trail. We'll follow the signs. Here we go. We're hiking. Why did we choose RamsHorn-Livingston Audubon Sanctuary as our first trail, you might be wondering as you drift to sleep? Well, it's the largest forested tidal swamp marshland/bird sanctuary on the Hudson River. It promises a lot of nature, even now, in the wintertime, and sometimes when I'm hiking and I come across, say, a bridge with water under it. Like we have right here, I like to think. Marsh? Swamp? What's the difference? Aren't they the same thing? Well, turns out they're both wetlands, but marshes are typically filled with grasses and cattails with their beautiful golden seeds. Swamps, on the other hand, as you might know, are watery basins filled with trees. They're both key for the food chain. Take, for example, algae, sometimes known as algae. Snails love algae, and you know who loves snails? Fish. And fish are eaten by birds, and the birds eaten by bears. Oh. Okay, I know I said there was no death here on sleep hiking, but as we make up the rule, that only applies to humans in sleep hikes. So I guess, true, death is a part of the enjoyment of nature. I mean, I wouldn't say enjoyment of nature, but like the experience, the natural experience, the life cycle of things. I don't know. Okay, anyway, let's cross this bridge. Let's get over here. Oh, look at that. As we cross this wooden bridge over Ramshorn Creek, we can see this immense oak covered in velvety green shield lichen. This is another important source of nutrition for many of the woodland creatures. Oh, do you hear that? It's a bald eagle. I can see it through the trees. It's landed just at the top of that white pine. Now, this eagle is probably in from eastern Canada for the winter. Oh, and it's off again, soaring through the crisp blue winter sky. Wow, seeing that bald eagle reminded me of two things. The first thing was that I got too excited and I lost track of what we're really trying to do here, which is be relaxed. And so I let my relaxing voice go, and I'm sorry about that. So I'm bringing it back down to more of a relaxing tempo. The other thing it reminded me about was the other reason that I chose RamsHorn-Livingston Audubon Sanctuary as our first sleep hiking hike. The birds. All sorts of birds can be seen and or imagined here. And the Audubon of New York has provided us with a birding checklist for Ramshorn with an unprecedented 135 different birds on it. I've got it right here in my hands. You can see the double-crested cormorant, the fish crow, the chimney swift, or the beloved American bittern, which used to be known as the bog pumper, or the dunkadoo. That's true. Well, let's go ahead and check off the bald eagle. We saw it, and that was nice. Of course, we're able to see all of this and more perched atop this bird-watching tower that we're standing on. Gives us a perfect 360-degree view of the tall reeds blowing in the winter wind, the barren trees covered in this beautiful lichen, and of course, the birds. We really do feel as if we have escaped the primordial reach of the machine world. Hey, I just want to remind you, you are doing great. Well, I can see that the sun is setting on this beautiful hike, so we'd better head back to the car before it gets too dark. This concludes our first episode of sleep hiking. I hope that you're sound asleep, getting re-energized for another day. Good night.